What does Ryan always say? Hi, guys. Welcome to the Good to Great project. So excited to lead today's home tour for y'all. Come on in. Let me show you what we've been doing these last few months. So, and his office is right off of the front entry of the home. This family, like, golf is super important. It's a part of their life, and I took that super literally when I approached this room. And so it brings old and new feeling back that we have running throughout this entire home. So we have fabric, like a wall covering, that's this really amazing, like gray, almost tweed-like fabric. And then we contrasted it with this bold blue color. So blue is his favorite color. So wanted to bring that in. We painted the ceiling, the built-ins, baseboards, doors, door casing, all of that blue. And it really contrasts, but absolutely complements this wall covering. He works from home a lot, but then we also learned about him that he loves to work standing. I found out very quickly that there's not a lot of beautiful sit-to-stand desks. I think I was actually like expressing frustration to Ryan about like, it is so hard to find a beautiful like standing desk. And lo and behold, he found it. He found this amazing industrial base. You actually crank it by hand. We had a couple options to put on the top. We opted for this glass one. In this room specifically, we broke the pattern of floors running throughout the house and we put in this herringbone. It almost feels like a wood rug on the floor. So I wanted him to be able to see it when he was standing at his glass desk, looking down, past his laptop or whatever he has in front of him. And it just has that really cool, special feeling that contrasts the rest of the house. We are now in the formal dining room. It used to feel really crowded. They had a lot of really big, bulky furniture in here, and so we really wanted to taper things down. They have a large family, and I don't just mean like the number of individuals, which they definitely have that, but they also have a very tall family. So wanted it to feel like 2 or 3 of them could very easily pass each other in this room, because this is going to be a very frequently, if not daily, then weekly used formal dining room. We kept most of the original millwork that was in the house that leans to be much more traditional. I definitely didn't want to take that away and to preserve the integrity of the house that we started with before we did this whole home renovation. But we also had clients who wanted to modernize it, wanted to update it, and so wanted to give it this youthful take on what traditional really is for this next season of their life. Over here you can see a little bit better. It looks like a fabric wall covering. It's actually a wallpaper made to look like fabric, but I think it just adds really cool texture, dimension, these nice straight modern lines. I do think that the shining star in this room is the oversized chandelier. Fun fact, is made from coconut shells. And so when you get up real close on it, it has these amazing, just kind of natural, organic feeling elements to it. Almost feels like greenery, like white piece of greenery is hanging from your ceiling. I just love the personality that this adds to this space. So let me show you how this connects to the rest of the house. So now let's go into the kitchen. One of the primary reasons that our clients called us was for their kitchen. That's actually where this whole home renovation started. Things that we heard from our client at the beginning is it just felt really closed off from the living room, from their breakfast nook. They also were really limited on storage. The flow felt a little stop-start. I definitely focused most of my design time, especially on the front end, was just getting this layout right. One of the things that we worked together on was trying to give them the largest island size possible. So we landed with like this 9.5 foot by 5 foot island, which not only can like be a really great primary serving area, but also just oodles of storage. Over here is actually the back of our stairs. So you can actually see that's where the landing is. But I worked with several of our trades to make sure that this looked like it was full depth, just as tall cabinets as the rest. And we even have another built-in panel-ready appliance right here, our wine fridge. Another really cool thing about this kitchen is behind me. This wall, so like where I'm standing actually used to be a bathroom, and over here used to be like a closet situation. So we actually like deleted those and then gave it back to the kitchen. These are freezer and fridge columns, so they just blend seamlessly into the cabinetry. But the other really cool thing is behind me, this was a like secondary guest bedroom. They didn't use it as a bedroom, they used it as like her office. So we created a secret door. These actually work. It's so crazy cool. And now we are in her office. She has a workout center here, gift wrapping station, every mom's dream. She also has tons of storage for like her Pilates mat. What is it, barbells that you do girls with? I don't know if it's barbells or dumbbells. It's a bell. It's what she's gonna work to keep those alarms down. Knowing that they love natural light, I really wanted to orient everything on this window that's facing the front of their home. Also avid book readers, so we have tons of book storage all throughout this home. When it's open and it's connected to the kitchen, it doesn't feel like it's lacking. So I just love how these rooms connect. And then with that being said, let me show you the other connecting room, which is the laundry room / butler pantry. This room previously had been coat closet, hallway, laundry room, kind of teeny tiny closet of a pantry. So we actually blew all these walls out, connected this one space, and I think it is so much more functional for them. The thing that set off this whole design was this floor. So we found this amazing tile company in California that hand makes these concrete tiles. And we were able to choose 2 different colors. We actually have a custom grout on the floor as well. It just gave us like this really distinct pattern, much like our formal dining room that had that distinct stripe. And much like her office where it has like that distinct tongue and groove, we wanted to have a distinct pattern in here. The other thing we wanted to do was make this actually feel like a piece of furniture, even though this is all built-in cabinetry. So we even worked with our cabinet maker to give us this certain type of radius that intersected with like these bookend towers, if you will. We also wanted to just have like a lot of different mixed hardware in here where it didn't feel that matchy, so that they all felt like, while it is one room, it felt like there were distinctive reasons for each one of these things. Let me now take you guys to where the family spends the most amount of time, which is their family room. This room didn't change all that much with the exception of the ceiling line and the fireplace facade. We made the ceiling consistent height with the kitchen, so that took a lot of work. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ricardo. The other thing we did was remove the old fireplace surround. We kept the original firebox, but we rebuilt it to this much more modern looking plaster fireplace right here. So we initially had this made out of wood, and then we had our plaster guy come and put this really cool texture on top of it. The other thing we wanted to do was make this immediate surround, like right here, feel like it was all one piece. So we found these fluted marble tiles. We're able to get them really close together. And I think that now, with it being a finished product, it just feels so beautiful. Previously, our built-ins were a lot shorter, so we wanted to play off our 12-foot ceilings. So we put in these 10-foot built-ins, which are also the same size as our kitchen. The other thing we wanted to do was have a lot more seating. So now we have these full-width sofas that are luxe depth because they're a tall family. They want to be able to recline and feel comfortable. Behind me, we have these 2 custom pieces of art that we sourced from our favorite place to find custom vintage antique things, which is Round Top. So we met this amazing artist down here who did 2 of these pieces for me. There's a third one I'll show you in a little bit. We absolutely love how this room turned out. So this part of our room used to be like a breakfast nook, but now that we have this eat-in kitchen with our large island, but also our formal dining room right there, wanted to give this wall just personality that also didn't crowd our main walkway right here. So we found this beautiful hutch. One of the things I love most about it is it like even lights up, super cool. You can even dim it, turn it off, but I just love the little piece of character back here that it adds. We really wanted to give it a special personality, and I love how it just complements our family room, but ultimately just leads us straight into the kitchen, which is what this walkway is for. So the master bathroom footprint did not change. We kept the original architectural walls and all that good stuff, but it was definitely going to feel old by the time we were done with the rest of the house. So we really wanted to save our budget in here by not moving stuff around, but also making it just better than what they were used to before. One of the things that they had before was low vanities. Again, they're super tall. So we did some extra tall vanities for his side and her side. We overstated by putting in this really cool reeded detailing right here, and then having it be stain grade, not paint grade. Instantly just relaxes and warms up a room. I love how our floor almost feels like a marble quilt. It has this really cool personality to it, but then I also love just our very simple wall tile in here. All right, we are standing in the master closet. Again, the architectural footprint did not change, but what we wanted to do was maximize storage. We worked with our clients to measure, what do they have? How many shirts do they have? How many shorts, dresses, shoes, things like that. Tons of drawer space on this side, more shoes, dresses on the back wall is just, again, one of those ways that a small renovation can make a big difference on that day-to-day living. This is a room that they both explicitly were like, yeah, we never use it. And I said something to the effect of, well, I'm going to give you a purpose where it's going to be hard not to go up there. So one thing that he is getting in this room specifically is a motorized couch. So this actually fully reclines, inclines. It's super cool. We went with these dark colored walls, and that just gives it that really cozy kind of media room feeling. This room is just going to be, I think, a really great secondary living space that they've never experienced before. And our whole team is really excited to give this to them. Well, that concludes our home tour at Good to Great. And I know as we've been reflecting about this project as a team, one thing that I just heard us collectively say is what a joy it was to work for these clients the past several months. Wholeheartedly trusted us from start to finish, even in the middle when you're like, I just hope that this investment is going all the right places. I hope it's going to look beautiful in the end. And even when they had those moments, it was just really simple to say, hey, it is going to be beautiful. Trust the process. Trust our team. We got this. Collectively, that really just brought out the best in our team. We really played with more patterns, colors, textures, and as a result, we could not be more proud to hand the keys to our clients tomorrow. And it has just been a joy to lead this project from good to great.